Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast, Industry Matters Respiratory Edition. I'm Boone Lockard, VP of Clinical Services here at VGM. Today, my guest is Bill Shoop, CEO of React Health. Bill, welcome to our podcast.
Boone, thanks a lot for having me. I really appreciate it and appreciate everything that VGM does for our industry.
We're looking forward to some conversation here with you today. We're going to cover quite a bit of different content topics. So let's just jump right into this. So
Sure.
First, I wanted to head off industry perception of React Health. Your company is no longer the same as it was 12 months ago. Can you share some of the most significant changes that you've implemented during this time?
Yeah, so I've been here now a little bit over a year, and it's been a really exciting time. The team was doing great things previous to me arriving here, but one of the things that I say to our team, or more importantly to our customers, is if you knew React Health 12 or more months ago, you don't know React Health. And what I really mean when I say that is our organization has grown significantly over that time. We've made significant improvements to our products, to our services, to our solutions. And specifically, I mention or call out React Health Connect. As I joined the organization, React Health Connect was just being launched in Q4 of 2023. We had 33 different releases in 2024 that made significant improvements to that product. And I think that really and truly, we have a product that not only can we be proud of, but is actually winning over providers as well as physicians' offices in the marketplace. And so we're really excited about that. We launched React Health Plus, our patient engagement app. We made significant improvements to the vHome device by putting IntelliPAP in it. And clinicians, physicians, and patients have done really well. It's easier to set up. It's easier to breathe on, and our business has grown significantly in the vent category. So we're really, really proud of that. And then we've made other investments in our teams, in our processes, and in our products. So really and truly, if you haven't tried us in 12 months, we really are a different organization. And what I would tell you is check us out in the next 12 months as well, because we're going to continue to make those types of investments and that type of step level changes to our organization.
So you covered something there, and the investment that you all have made into your products, your people, your technology, which is a huge piece, right? But what misconceptions do you think still exist about React Health, and how are you working to combat those misconceptions?
Yeah, it's really interesting, Boone, and thank you for the question as well. I think people still think of React Health as 3B, and who was a distributor of a product. React Health is a significantly different business than just 3B. Yes, we distribute products, but we're really and truly more of a design house. And so we work with manufacturers. We manufacture our own products. All of our ventilation devices are manufactured right in Bothell, Washington, just outside of Seattle. And we're more of a design house. So almost a third of our employees are engineers. So helping design and develop products that create value for our customers and the patients that we serve. And the getting away from, oh, you just are a distributor, you just buy product from overseas and sell it here in the US. That might have been what 3B was, but it is not what React Health is.
And since taking your role at React, what other challenges have you encountered in addressing industry perceptions, and how you work to overcome those?
Yeah, I mean, it really is, the perception is reality, Boone, and I'm a realist, and so I understand that. Some people who had experiences with 3B or the early days of React have those experiences. And so we've got to overcome those. We've got to win those customers back. And we've got to do the heavy lifting of building our brand, telling our story, and earning people's business every single day. And that's why we've made the investment in our sales organization. It's why we've made the investments in our product portfolio as well, because it is about earning the business. You and I were talking a little bit earlier, and one of the things that we're seeing is more and more manufacturers are going the opposite direction. They're reducing services. They're reducing support. We're going in exactly the opposite direction. We're increasing the amount of support that we have in the field. We're increasing and investing in our products because we know that we have to earn that business every single day. I'm not looking for quick wins. We're looking and playing for the long term.
So we talked a little bit about vHome, but can you speak a little bit about VC and the improvements and enhancements that have been made there?
Yeah, I mean, we're incredibly proud of the entire portfolio of ventilation products that we have, from vHome all the way up to Voxen. And when you look at what we were able to do in the last 12 months, creating a HCPCS code for the VC device to help treat those patients that need ventilatory assistance as well as cough assist, it creates more value for the patients. It creates more value for the home care companies as well. So this talks about some of the innovations that we make, and we're continuing to make investments in our product portfolio. And vHome and VC are just two of the products that we're incredibly excited about to introduce to the industry and to the patients that are treated by them.
And you teed this up. So the common theme there at the end was support across the continuum of care. And that being, sounds like a cornerstone of your strategy in the market. How does your company define this, and what steps are you taking to achieve it?
We're all in the healthcare business. And so let's take sleep for example. The amount of time it takes for a patient to say, hey, I've got a problem, to getting diagnosed, to getting on to therapy, to staying on therapy. It's just, not only is it too long a period of time, there's just way too much friction in the process. It should be a simpler solution than what it is. And the way we look at it, and I think this is a little bit different. We don't need to be the be all end all in every part of that game. So we look at partnerships, we look at integrations, we look at, in some cases, ownership of those different point-to-point solutions, and try to figure out what is the most frictionless solution, or what's the best way to solve the problem that's out there, and invest in that. And once again, that could be an integration, it could be a partnership, or it could be something that we own directly. But we don't feel as though it has to just live in our ecosystem, or we have to own every point of it for it to be valuable. It should just be the best solution that's out there for the patient and the provider.
And we talked a little bit about React Health 12 months ago versus React here today. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to different innovation or services that you've introduced to better meet the needs of patients, but then ultimately our DME customers and providers as well?
I don't know that there's any one thing. What we're trying to do is be more customer centric, to be more patient centric, and make sure that we have the right people with the right tools and the right capabilities to serve and create value for all of those stakeholders. So I wouldn't tell you, I don't know that I have a single item that I want to talk about. What I would tell you is those investments in terms of product, portfolio, solutions, and most importantly, probably people, have been significant. And those that have been working with us for the last 12 months have seen it. I went to MedTrade 12 months ago, and there was some buzz around React Health, and people were coming to our booth to try to understand who are we and what are we. If you went to MedTrade last week, We had a big booth. It was right in the middle of the expo, and our booth was busy for 2 days, and it was more people coming with the problems and the challenges that they're facing and asking us, how do we solve these issues? And so when you start creating that kind of value because you're solving customers' problems, now you know you're onto something. It wasn't just interest that people had. It was really and truly coming to us to help solve the problems that they're facing. That's where it gets to be really exciting.
Well, let's talk a little bit about secret sauce. I've got the CEO of a company here on my podcast. How does your commitment to the continuum of care differentiate you from some of your larger competitors in the market?
I'd go back to what I just shared, which is, it's about looking out across the spectrum of solutions that there are and seeing who's the best or what's the best solution for the problem that we're trying to solve. And then how can we be a part of that solution? Is it through integration? Is it through partnership? Is it through acquisition or interoperability? I do believe that our competitors look at that a little bit differently. And if it's not in their ecosystem, then it must not be the right solution.
So we wanted to talk about working with React, and reducing friction is a common theme among our members and DME customers out there. One of your strengths is being easier to do business with because of your newer position in the market. Can you give examples of how this is translated into better customer experiences?
Yeah, I kind of think of it, and I was just talking to somebody earlier today about this. At React, we're a pretty lean organization. There's not a lot of bureaucracy here at React. And so if a customer has a need or a question or has come up with a solution that they need that would solve a problem for them, we have the ability to act fast. And myself, our Chief Operating Officer, Noah Chitwood, or our CFO, Jack Fedor, have the ability to make pretty quick decisions and look, evaluate, determine, is this the right solution for them? What's the problem that they're trying to solve? Is this the right way to solve it? And do we have the ability to execute on it well and consistently? If that's the case, then let's move forward. And so I truly do believe that nimbleness and lack of bureaucracy has allowed us to earn more business because we can make decisions faster. We don't have all these levels to go through. Now, it doesn't mean that we're always making the right decisions. And the other thing that I've always preached to people is try to make the right decisions 100% of the time. And if you don't make the right decision, try to identify it and correct it as soon as possible. That's kind of the way we live here at React. And I think we've been doing that quite well in the last 12 months. The other thing that I would tell you, Boone, we have a team here at React that is as passionate a team about what they do as any organization I've ever worked for. And when you have the right people in an organization, you have a whole lot of opportunity to do the right thing as well. And so that's what's been really special and probably the thing that I've been most pleased about since being here is just we have some amazing, amazing people working for us at React Health.
People make culture, and we preach that every day here at VGM as well.
100%. Any company is made up of the people that work for it.
When as you and React look ahead, how do you plan to build momentum on these? I don't want to focus on these last 12 months, but we've seen tremendous growth over the last 12 to 24 months. But how do you plan to build momentum over the past year to further solidify your company's position and role in the market?
Yeah, look, Boone, what I would tell you, I don't know. You asked a little bit about secret sauce, and I don't know that there is such a thing as secret sauce. I truly believe it's blocking and tackling. We had our national sales meeting a week ago and did a whole training on just back to basics and really and truly the blocking and tackling of what we do. And we've got a great opportunity with Philips's exit from the market. It's created a bit of a void in the industry. And we have a great opportunity to not just fill that void, but to continue to expand on that growth or that market share. But it's going to take execution. It's going to take, well, I would say flawless execution. I'm not sure flawless is achievable, but it's going to take a lot of execution. And that's the blocking and tackling of business. So we'll continue to improve our processes, figuring out, what's working, what's not working. How do we do things faster and better? Continue to invest in our products, build greater partnership. We've got to tell our story. We're going to invest in our solutions, and we're going to invest in our people and processes. So expanding our sales force, continuing to double down, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be a strong number 2 player. That is what the industry needs right now, is a strong number 2 player. But we want to compete to win. That's why we're here.
And as we wrap up today's conversation and round this out, what else, which this has been awesome, but what else do you hope our listeners walk away with from this conversation and your company here in the future?
So Boone, you asked about what do I want people to take away? And what I'll share with you is last week we had our national sales meeting, and the theme of our national sales meeting was brick by brick. And we are building something special here at React Health. And we're building something that the foundation is being created right now by the people that are here. And so it gets so exciting. And I was so excited to be there at the meeting because the people are so passionate. There were 43 new people there this year than there were last year in the sales, marketing, and product management group. And so as we talked, we're making investments in our team. We're growing in the direction that we want to be growing, where our competitors are going in the opposite direction. And so what gets me so excited, and the takeaway that I would want people to walk away with from this, is React Health is here to stay. We are building something brick by brick, and it's going to be a really special place to be. And we're excited to have you come along on the journey with us.
This has been great, Bill. I appreciate your time. To all of our listeners, thank you for listening in. We look forward to the next time here, Bill.
Boone, thank you. I really appreciate the time. And as I said, I appreciate all that VGM does for our industry.